moving on. AD signs a 3-year, reportedly $186 million extension with the Los Angeles Lakers.
That's crazy.
It's a very good deal.
Yeah.
But here's the thing that a lot of people don't realize about this deal is that it's not actually $186 million. Did you guys know that? There it is.
I didn't get the
He has
contract.
to fulfill.
There's the education that we're giving now, right? So normally what happens is that these agents like to fluff things up because it looks better, right? If somebody knows that they're getting $62 million annually on an extension. That's not what's happening here. What they're doing is that when they make extensions, obviously an extension is in the future. It's not being activated right now. So they're factoring in the cap increasing by a certain amount. Because if the cap increases, then salaries increase, right? So they're factoring the salary cap increasing to be able to get it up to $186 million. So he may not get that. He may get get it somewhere in like close, maybe 165, 170. Doesn't necessarily have to be 186. But the thing is, it's a great deal for the Lakers and AD because, one, the Lakers had to do this. Even if they have reservations about signing the player, you have to do this, right? Because LeBron only has a couple more years left. And you need to start your franchise with somebody, right? You need to have somebody there. They have Austin Reeves. You have a lot of the young guys there, but AD is going to be your space of the team. So I listen, I've had my reservations in my opinion about AD, but I think it's a good deal. I think in the long run, you hope that he can stay healthy, but we'll see. But the craziest thing about it is that a lot of people don't realize that, AD has played more games than Steph Curry over the last 4 years.
Wow. Didn't know that. Oh, shit.
So a guy that they love to call injury prone. Play more games than Steph.
Yeah, but what's like frequency of games? Because if Steph has one long injury compared to his knick-knack injuries, that's gonna
Injuries
be
are
a little
injuries.
different.
Yeah, but I mean,
it's different. It's a little different.
If it's one
Injuries
long
are injuries.
stretch that Steph is out, and that's what makes up the majority of it, that's a whole lot different than.
But AD has had a long string of injuries too.
Yeah,
He's been out a while too.
But I mean, with AD, there's more of a like,
and Steph gets that pass because y'all did win a championship.
You see what I'm saying? You see how the bias comes in?
But what do you play for? You play for championship.
AD won a championship.
With AD out there, it's like if AD gonna play, it's like we both gonna be surprised.
What are we talking about here? What are we talking about here? So you see how the narrative likes to get changed, right? All because Steph Curry. But facts.
He said, "Wait, what's wrong with my soup? Where's the spoon?"
Let's break it down. You got to base it on production.
Okay, so base it on production.
You got to base it on production. When Steph is playing, Steph is more active than AD. You don't know what AD you're gonna get.
AD averaged 26 and 13 last year
What did
for the
Steph
season.
average?
Steph averaged about 29 or 30 points a game, but AD had a better efficiency rating than Steph Curry did as a player.
In position,
and he was a two-way player the whole season.
Now, well, AD stepped it up this year, but if we're being real, we've seen Steph be more consistent.
We're not discrediting Steph.
Yeah.
What the reason why I brought that up is because this narrative about him being very injury prone is not realistic. Because if somebody plays more games than Steph Curry, you have to factor in that. That's facts. That's not a lie. That's not a dragged out state. Steph Curry missed games. He constantly missed games.
Well, I think it's with AD, when he goes down, you're like, oh shit, how many games is he gonna miss now?
Right. But also too, he plays for the Lakers.
Yeah.
It's always going to be highlighted and elevated. That's why when Russell Westbrook was here, everything he did was on Front Street. He was doing the same bullshit on the Clippers, but they wasn't saying nothing. Why? Because there's 3 people watching. There's a difference. So context matters. That's all I'm saying. So when people like to talk about injury prone, go ahead and go put your Steph Curry DVDs away and just talk about the facts. Peace.